Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, you can follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good. I am well as well.
Look tired.
I am. It's been a long goddamn day. But I am happy that I'm home. I'm happy to be off from the slave shift to get into the things that I care about the most, which is touching base with our amazing ear hustlers. Yes, the show is a day late. We said it was coming out Sunday. You should have hit a Soulja Boy. Sunday? Sunday? Come on now. But which one is more popular now, Soulja Boy or Playoffs?
I think both.
I think playoffs is still more popular.
Because it got the most time.
Yeah, but I think Sunday or the Soulja Boy joint is more relevant because it's,
right
within
now.
The week.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Give it time. You know how it is.
Now, if in a month from now we still saying it, then we can be talking.
then we're going to be on.
Yeah.
So you heard an extra voice, and as a Beat Network connoisseur that you are, you would know that is Jay Alonzo from Back to the Classics and Reel It Back. How are you, sir?
Yo, ear hustlers, what's going on? Los and Kev. It's been a minute. I've been touch base on y'all with y'all in a little bit.
Yeah, what has been?
Actually, I think it's kind of been a while.
It's been a good little minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
For some reason, I thought it was like recent, but I guess that was Dave that we had on the show.
Yeah, Dave was on the show. I think the last time I was on the show was like
But even the last,
July.
Dave was on the show it's been a minute since he's been on the show, but it was a minute before that you were on. So
like
yeah,
July.
It's been a while.
It's been a cool minute. What up?
Well, welcome. God damn it, welcome.
July?
Right. Now that we do have y'all here. As y'all saw, it has been a bit of a slow week, but there are some things that we definitely would like to touch on. Y'all hear the extraness in our voice, so we definitely got to touch on the Soulja Boy interviews and the appearances and kind of his return to the limelight. And I think it's going to be an interesting conversation because I do have some points that I would like to bring up when it comes down to him. But before we get to that, did you guys see the Fyre Festival documentary on Netflix or Hulu?
Did I? I saw them both.
Saw the Netflix joint.
The Netflix joint. I also only saw the Netflix joint. More than likely, I'm going to watch the Hulu one after we get done here.
Please do. It's very informative.
At this point, we need to just accept that Ja Rule is an omen for L's. Once you bring in Ja Rule to the situation,
Ja?
right? And you don't need to ask that question because once you bring Ja into the equation, you need to understand this shit is not gonna.
Yeah,
last.
this is gonna go left. No. Whatever it is gonna go
Cash
left.
money.
If Ja's making you a sandwich, it's gonna be fucked up.
It's gonna be a cheese sandwich with one tomato and some lettuce. Cash money click.
Two thick ass breads. This little ass piece of bologna, Ja. This what I got.
You lucky you don't get that bologna. You lucky if you gonna get the bologna.
5-day-old tomatoes and all that, man.
So with the Fyre Festival documentary, like the dumbass excuse everybody was using, y'all knew about RKelly. Why y'all tripping about the documentary? Y'all knew about the Fyre Festival, but we're still tripping about the documentary.
Not true.
What? That was a huge story.
No. Yeah, we knew about that, right? But as far as people who were there to experience it, like they took over social media so rapidly. To the point to where by the time the Fyre Festival actually happened, people who told you, like, listen, this is a sham from jump. Nah, I'm going to go ahead and shoot it out there, see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Not doing it. Not on duty. So we, with this documentary, we were able to see the true inner workings of the Fyre Festival. First of all, what did y'all think of the documentary?
I thought it was hilarious.
I loved it.
I laughed. And it's funny because honestly, I didn't care that much to watch it, you know what I mean? And then he was like, no, I watched the doc. I was, all right, fine, I watched the doc. Definitely has something to talk about, at least for the show. And I'm watching, I'm like, yo, this shit is amazing.
This is the greatest thing that ever happened.
Like, Netflix, y'all was in your bag with that one. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a comedy of errors, for sure. Like most, when we first heard about the Fyre Festival, we immediately go back to the picture of the cheese sandwich. And so
what's funny is that was like the only real known thing
that you knew about
that
it.
You know, picture of like the disaster tent.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So what the documentary provides you, both documentaries as well, it's covering the same things, but the Netflix one is more so about the experience of going and then the aftermath of such, while the Hulu documentary is more so about getting Billy McFarland's, who's a piece of shit, by the way, Billy McFarland's take on it. You know, everybody
can't talk about the mentally retarded like that,
but I'm gonna in this situation. But it's more so about how he felt about it. He to this day kind of feels like he's done nothing wrong, though he's pled guilty to everything. But the Hulu documentary is more so kind of covering the financial side
Logistics
of things,
of it, yeah.
how he frauded certain, big investors versus the Netflix more about us as the consumer, the customers who bought tickets to this thing and what we got when we got there.
The documentary showed me two things. It showed me, one, there's a lot of money out there.
Tons.
A lot.
And two, it showed me people are stupid.
Absolutely.
Like, this guy made a website, like, basically saying, like, yo, this shit is not gonna work a month beforehand. And people's like, nah, I'm gonna go check it out.
I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up and see what they're talking about. You better see how right.
He said I think he only had like 44
yeah,
followers.
he didn't get no followers really on it. Like,
Cause he was like a hater.
It was
or
at,
even, yeah.
at Fyre Festival fraud.
And like, it was somebody.
Fyre fraud.
Fyre fraud. There you go.
Now that was just the one. Remember they made a second one that was somebody like within their inner workings made this website and tried to blackmail Billy over it. Like, like, dude, this is from the horse's mouth telling you this shit is not like y'all think.
Right.
No, we gonna pull up and see.
You know, we definitely gonna make that move.
We gonna see
what's
we
going
ain't got
on.
nothing else to do.
And this is what happens when you're rich and you're on the other side of the millennial train.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what? 20 bands? Done.
Right.
Easy money.
Right.
We get that back, no
Well,
problem.
He said some people pay $800K for like their package.
Yeah, and
Now, first of all, I have to think these are mostly college kids. You know,
these are definitely rich.
Yeah,
white
but
children.
to think about that, to put $800K in perspective, like it's not just, damn, I'm out at $800K. You're out $800K, but you're not tripping that you're out $800K.
Right. You just ready to go to this con. But
Right.
my thing is, and I think they even mentioned it in the show, you just drop that bread to go see Blink 182.
Yeah.
And good music who would never come in to begin with.
If anything.
I have heard that they do
anything.
put on a good show. I have heard that.
Who, Blink 182?
Yeah, I've heard they do.
Yeah,
kill
but
shit.
are you dropping $800K?
I'm not dropping $800K for nobody.
I'm YouTubing.
I'm not dropping $800.
Exactly.
It's going to be on YouTube.
Right.
They do it with all
It's
the major
on
festivals.
Snapchat. It's, yeah.
Like, trust me, I'm going to see the concert.
Right.
I ain't give you $800, let alone $800K.
I'm not giving you $8. I'm going on the YouTube live feed and I'm watching this shit and I'm jamming. But anyway, to catch anybody up that just doesn't know what the Fyre Festival is, that was supposed to be this amazing festival on Pablo Escobar's secret island. They were supposed to have
Fucking secret.
private jets bringing people in from the Bahama airport.
They promised a lot of shit.
Oh no, I'm going through it. They supposed to have luxury villa tents like how they do at Coachella or any other major.
The vision of what they were supposed to have looked fucking amazing.
It sounded amazing. And then when they dropped the commercial, the commercial was dope because, and they talk about in the documentary that the commercial wasn't necessarily a commercial. He said, we're going to get everybody up on this island and party, and we're just going to record it all.
And I ain't gonna lie, like watching them, like that part, I was sitting there like, damn, them motherfuckers living a life.
I'm telling you, they have major supermodels in it. You know what I'm saying? But again, once I saw Ja Rule's name, I'm instantly like, nope. Something about that.
You checked out soon.
Something about that just don't seem right.
What if you was on the island, right? Ja wasn't there. You ain't see you kicking and having a good time, and then Ja come around. Hey, then what? You already on this island.
That's when the that's when the music. What is Ja Rule doing?
Like, hey, that's Ja Rule.
Like, is he performing? Nah, he won't host this. Is he? Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna enjoy. I'm already here for 2 days to shoot the commercial. I'm gonna enjoy this shit.
Right.
But I'm not coming to this
not
festival.
coming back now.
Well, think about it. This is how they got people to really get into like, oh, what's this? The shiny red ball syndrome. That's what we all deal with as millennials. It's like, first of all, when you scroll through Instagram, and they explain this on the Hulu documentary, when you scroll through Instagram or whatever, or any kind of social media, you're not stopping at every picture you see to read you're just going. So what they did was they decided to put this orange block on a picture. It said Fyre Festival on it. So even for a split second, like, hey, what's this? Why everybody shit got orange on it?
Right, yeah.
So when you click it and it goes right to that video, and it's almost like a trance.
And that's one thing,
that
though.
was so much fun.
That part is genius.
The organizer,
Genius.
Billy, because he had another building. He had another business as well. It was like a credit card business, something like that.
Yep.
Billy, as a marketing person, he's phenomenal. He's easily top 3.
He just needs to be in marketing. That's it.
If he just stuck with marketing and actually got some cats that knew how to run a festival, stuff like that, Fyre Festival probably would have been just as big as like a Coachella. You know what I'm saying? He should have got some better acts, but you know, it's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, they were promising all these things and the shit just did not go that way.
Not at all.
No.
I enjoyed the documentary. I thought the documentary was phenomenal.
I actually enjoyed it too.
I thought it was and this is the Netflix one. Again, I'm not familiar with the Hulu one, but I thought it was edited amazingly for you to get the full story. And they walk you through, like, the way that it starts. They start off with the commercial, then with the Instagram post, and then everybody's hashtagging the Fyre Festival.
They do a good job of how they lay it out. It's like as if you kind of remotely attended this festival.
Right.
So when you're seeing it, you like, everybody's having a good time. It's fun. So you're not thinking about nothing. And then as it starts to go left and you're watching it, you're like, oh shit.
Right.
Like this is about to go left. Like they did a good job of that.
This is about to go hard.
Yeah.
This
is going to go horribly wrong.
This was that unexpected left turn when you realize you're about to miss the light.
For me, what makes right. For me, what makes it even more worse is not the fact that everything happened, but the fact that they're like on an island. It's one thing if shit go left and maybe you a couple states over, you can probably call somebody and be like, yo, like get me out of this shit.
Right, like yo, I know.
You're in the fucking Bahamas.
You're in an island on the Bahamas.
Right.
So you're not even at the main rock.
Right. Like, yeah, like that probably was like, that would have took the cake for me.
And the worst thing is too, is like once people got there, and I love this part of the Netflix documentary, which by the way, the Netflix one is called Fyre, the greatest party that never happened. The Hulu one is called Fyre Fraud. They said that, like, you can just tell, and people who were working this festival, trying to put it together, like they knew for a fact, we're gonna fall flat on our fucking faces. Watch.
Right. And I can kind of feel with them. They're like, you know what? I know this shit ain't gonna work, but they're paying me, and I put that in heavy quotes. They're paying me, so I'm gonna keep on worrying. This ain't my problem to worry about how they gonna make this shit. I'm gonna do what they tell me to do.
Because a lot of them didn't get paid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's heavy quotes.
And the thing with me, first of all, again, once I saw Ja, I'm out. That man has bad juju. I'm not gonna work with Ja Rule. That's one. Two.
But then again, you wouldn't. See, you're on a different part of the spectrum of the millennials. So them is like, I'm
speaking on behalf of the early millennials that were actually involved in this. Because once I saw Ja, no. As we lead up to it more and more. As soon as I found out the island that we just got done shooting this, we no longer own because the dude asked us not to promote that it was Pablo Escobar's island. And the first thing we did was promote that it was Pablo Escobar's island. So now we no longer have access to the island. Okay. I'm out because this shit's in April and it's all kind of January. So I'm out. Let's go ahead and wipe that off. But no, let's say I stuck around. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because it's just this shit is hilarious. You know when shit is like going completely to the shits when you gotta ask somebody, I need you to suck dick.
Well, before that, as they were gearing up for, well, first of all, the promotional campaign for having like, oh damn, I want to do that, I want to go, but realizing the closer we got to the actual festival day,
there was no new commercials.
There's no new commercials. There's no details where you gonna stay at, where you going, who gonna be there. Nothing. Like, hey, bro, just make sure they're on Friday. Like, bro,
acting pulled up before the actual date.
They said, they saved the date for sure. But you're right. We should build all the way up to sucking.
Now
go
to sucking.
No, there's some more things before you get to dick sucking. But if there's any other red flag when you're working there, when your boss tells you, I need you to suck this dick.
Oh yeah, that's
what you mean? You want me to run some paper? Got you. You want me to, you need me to get you some drugs on the low? Got you. I'm not sucking no dick to make sure this shit's going fine.
I want to give the listeners some clarity. This is 3 straight men not doing this, but we're quoting a gay man not willing to do this. So something's up.
But we know we're gonna get to that. So let's not jump ahead. So after they lost the island, they get the new island, and they get somebody who's like very familiar with the island, very familiar with these kind of terrains from the actual island itself. So he's amped, like, wow, we're about to have this huge event. I know we can get about 1,000 people on the island. It's going to be a great time. This is great for the island. And then they told him we want 10,000 people. And he was like, wait a minute. We can only get 1,000 people on this island.
Because don't forget, the original island they had no real electricity,
It had no plumbing. It had
nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to bring this here to this island.
Yeah, to bring it to the island. So they transfer to the new island. Yeah, it got plumbing and electricity, but you can only hold probably not even a quarter of the people you want.
You hold about 1,000, but the shit's already sold out at this point.
Yep.
So 10,000 people are coming. No matter what you do, 10,000 people are coming. So the dude's like, okay, well, I don't know. So they end up setting up a mock tent for the same guy. And he sleeps in the tent like, dog, the water's loud. So people ain't gonna be able to sleep. There's mosquitoes out here.
He said, we did not sleep.
He said this was not a pleasant experience. My man, Billy answered that by like, cool, you fired. I'm just like,
oh, you think this ain't gonna work? Cool. You ain't gotta stay here.
You ain't got the right mindset. I don't like that.
Right.
You gotta think positive.
He left, you piece of shit.
Right. Billy took the full ditty of this whole thing.
You fired
none but positive vibes.
Imagine, wait a minute though. Imagine having a job, doing everything that you're supposed to do. It's in your job description. And you telling your boss, hey, yo, I did everything you said, but I don't think this is going to work. And he'd be like, that's cool. You fired anyway.
Right. You told me to make sure this shit was straight. I'm telling you it's not straight, and now I'm out of a job.
Now I'm out of a job. So I mean, it didn't matter. It was like he was going to get paid anyway.
So again, that's another red flag. Like he just told us that. Another one, they had a younger dude who I think was on our spectrum of the millennial side. A Navy SEAL told him, no, these are shit conditions to try to hold something like this. And
Navy SEAL was delusional or delirious. He was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna be it. So these are all red flags to get the fuck up out of here. Another one where you realize this dude don't know what the hell he's doing is one of the pilots. Now they don't talk about none of this prior to this documentary coming out. So I appreciate this documentary so much. One of the pilots learned how to fly from YouTube and got his license from a Microsoft flight simulator.
And you still flying with this man?
And
no way.
And this man talked about something he wanted to go 0G, you know what I'm saying, cut the engine.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you learned from a YouTube video.
You can't do this.
He's on the camera talking. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I'm like, no. So once all that shit going down, so now they're trying to set up for the actual event itself. The man promised luxury villa tents. They had safety tents from the hurricane that happened like 2 years prior. So that's already like, okay, get the fuck up out of here. The bed seemed pretty cool that they had up there.
No, they didn't. No.
They look pretty good. They look like they may have been kind of cool.
First thing you gotta come first.
When you say beds, are you talking about the mattress or the actual, like the whole bed?
Right, it was mattresses. You're right. Yeah, the mattresses.
The mattresses, they look durable. We'll say that. They look like they get the job done.
The one thing they didn't do when they were doing the promotional side of things is that when they had first shot that video, it was on the island that was, in quotations, Pablo Escobar's. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that for a second. You got this beautiful island, right, that you can't no longer use. So they go up to this gravel heavy spot down the way.
This new island looked like the North. It looked like North Vegas.
It's nothing what you promised me, bro.
Pablo Escobar's spot was the
rocks
strip.
And shit.
The new island was North Vegas.
That is really the best way to put it.
That's the best way to put it for my Las Vegas people.
But it's rocks and shit, and it's like one of the things that they showed. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Is that when they show people just arriving to the island, like what the fuck? What is this?
Oh no, we gotta touch on that part too.
So they were in school buses, dog. I would have been mad at that.
Yo,
I paid all this luxury money. I gotta ride in the school bus.
But again, you paid all this luxury money to be on a private jet to go to this island, and they got this old ass Spirit Allegiant fucking airplane that has a little.
Took the window off of the plane. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, because they said it was falling off.
And literally like wow.
and you're just looking like, okay, so you got this big ass former Allegiant plane, and on the back of the plane is this little ass Kinko's printed sticker of the Fyre Festival thing. So I'm all like, that don't look good.
Just put that on.
Imagine being in a plane and you flying, and the fucking window fall off. Bruh, what do you do at that moment?
Everybody comes.
What do you do at that moment? That's all you can
do. So they're on this private jet, and they're getting escorted into the island. So now they're taking the bus to the site. They said it's like a 20-30 minute ride. I would have been the bus driver because this nigga was the most pettiest of everybody. For 20, 30 minutes, he like, hey, y'all about to crack up.
He was the most informative, to be real. He was trying to help them. He was letting them know, like, look, this shit is not what y'all thought.
But he gave them an ultimatum. He was like, listen, I can take y'all to the site or y'all can go to this spot where I think they said they spent like $2 million on just free liquor.
Yeah.
He's like, I can take you to the site or
No
I can
food.
take you to all the spot, just go get you some drinks in. So people did choose to go and get the drinks in or whatever. They definitely, accommodated them. But the other one's like, I'm trying to go to the site. And he was talking shit the whole way. Like, hey, wait till y'all see this. Boy, wait till y'all see
started this shit.
He cut the corner. I'd imagine he cut the corner, put it in park, and just turned around and just took in the reactions. Like, yeah, y'all see this shit? You spent $6,000 on this shit.
On this shit.
For that. People was instantly losing their mind. Now, let's get to the meat, if you will, of the situation.
Actually, the bus driver probably was the only person that really got paid because they had to go to like the whatever school district they got to to get their school bus.
Hired
so they probably got paid, but everybody else.
Before the next second thing, I can't wait to get to that too. But we got to talk about this one particular thing when they had thought they'd done all they can do to prep for these people to arrive the next day. We're now one day away from your first arrival.
That's right at the end. So we got to save that. That's the climax of everything.
Right.
So, I'm trying to think of if there was anything else prior to the actual dick sucking part, though.
People was just waiting for hours.
Yeah, people was waiting to get their stuff or whatever.
In there.
They saw the tents. They was like, "There's nothing luxury about this shit.
Right.
We look like refugees."
Not only that, they went got their tents and didn't have no luggage.
Oh, and just a kind of precursor for what else happens in the documentary. There was a bunch of Bohemian people that were building all these things
for free.
So that's a whole lot of black Caribbean folk like. Yeah, but we'll get to what they did too. So they talk about how they had to get in these bottles of Avion water into the festival. I think they said they had 150,000 bottles or something like that. Some crazy ass number. Customs stops the bottle because they're like, we're going to get some bread up off of this.
Right.
So now they're blackmailing them for blackmailing may not be it definitely ain't the word I'm trying to use. What's the word I'm looking for? Extorting them.
Well, don't you have to pay to get yourself through customs anyway?
No, you do, but remember they said that they held one of the customs agents was like, nah.
Yeah, they held
customs
like, nah, you gotta pay me X, Y,
they paid for the shit prior. Oh. But then the head customs agent was like, nah, now I want some of that money too.
Right.
So Billy, in his infinite wisdom, he goes up to the one gay dude on his staff and he says, "Hey, dog."
Hey, the gay dude was trying to hold him down too, man. The gay dude was really trying to help, dude.
He had this one homosexual partner that was really holding him down throughout the duration.
Holding the team down.
Really holding the team down. And Billy said, "You know what? You loyal. You smart." You know what I'm saying? Billy went up to him and said straight up, "I need you to suck this dick so we can get this water." When you ask a nigga to suck a dick to make sure your festival goes forward, your shit is over. It is time to cancel all of that. The Fyre Festival is done. Let's get some refunds going.
He wanted him to suck dick for some water.
For some water.
Water.
But we had a beach. Let them drink out the water. Let them drink from the ocean.
Water.
But to show my man's loyalty,
dude probably was only maybe get a bottle of that water.
Me too.
Maybe. He went home, showered, brushed his teeth,
got himself nice
and prepared to go suck customs dick to get this water. The crazy shit is he ain't want his dick sucked. He want his money. Can you imagine?
Wait a minute though. Maybe he did, but it's not by no dude.
I say he may not have been even into that. He was just like, listen, we got one gay dude with us.
That did let me know though. If Billy, I say Bill, I don't know about the rest of them, but if Billy was in a situation where he really wanted his penis sucked and it was a dude willing to do it, he had let the dude.
He's probably done it before because the first person he went through was him.
You had all these supermodels here, all these females that was on your team. You ain't tell none of them to do it.
Matter of fact, if you really think about it, this was kind of like
but lady ain't sucking no dick.
Right, I'm about to say
not for the water.
Okay,
first
cool.
Foremost,
but I'm saying he didn't even attempt to ask him. He went straight to the gate.
That's what I'm saying. Billy eliminated himself from gate, like
right.
And I can imagine the wheels turning in his head when he's like, "Okay, we gotta get this water." Okay, he has to get his dick sucked. I'm not gonna do it.
Why was that his only option though? It wasn't. We didn't watch Billy get on the plane, go get a couple meal, come back. No. He couldn't get a couple
He
grand.
must want his dick sucked. Obviously wants his dick sucked.
Right, like
The only reason
that's the only way.
he's being
Like,
such an
like,
asshole
fuck it.
is because he wants his dick sucked. So for one, it's not gonna be me. For two, I can't ask any of these women because the turn of it's the new millennium, is the new era.
Me Too's around.
Me Too's going on. So if I do that, I'm over with.
I gotta get this man's dick sucked. Come here, gay man.
And the fact that he was gonna do it, I'm like,
the fact that he was like, you know what? I was willing to do it.
But it was funny because when he brought it up, he said we ended up getting him the money. He's like, I feel like that was his first time telling the story. Because after he said, he's like, and I was going to do it. I was going to suck this man's dick to get this water. Oh my God. I'm like, you're just now shocked? That's just now crazy to you?
He said, in my 30 years, I was willing to suck dick.
I was about to suck
for this festival.
You know how many jobs you probably had offered after that?
We got to dial it back. We got to give Billy his credit. You got to be real good to sell somebody on sucking dick. Because he said you can save this festival.
No, listen, he
convinced dude
he's
that
a marketing
dick was
genius.
the way to go.
One thing Billy McFarland definitely is, he is a man with, he got words. He got great bars because he's able to literally convince you a thing that you know for a fact
it's going to fail.
Will fail. But yeah, you know what? I believe in Billy, so let's do it. So I'm coming to you as you, like, bro, we worked together for 10 plus years. I need you to go suck that dick over there for some water. Can you do that? Be the savior of this team?
For as long as he wasn't Billy, he probably was about to chop him up something vicious too. He was gonna get that custom agent the best head this side of the Bahamas, nigga.
I want to know, had he gone through with it, how do you, like, at the end of that, the aftermath of that situation, you coming out of whatever room y'all in, whatever case is, do you call Bill and be like, it's done? Like, what do you do?
I'd imagine Billy sitting outside because Billy he needs to know his water ready right now.
Go.
He probably came out the room and the custom agent just walked out, just tossed him the keys. Storage bin 4.
But prior to Billy's nervous as fuck, like, please suck this man dick very well.
Right.
Please.
Nah, Billy was nothing but positive. He was in the back texting like, yeah, Chad in there chopping him up right
now. We're going to have the water in any minute.
I just heard him spit. Oh yeah, we definitely getting them keys. Let's get it. So that was just the funniest part. Cause I'm like, come on, man. You didn't think about, you know, he's trying to bribe you. I mean, he's basically willing to take a bribe. Mm-hmm. And your first thought was, nah, but I got a mouth for you. It's the best one you ever had in Nassau. I'll tell you that right now.
Why would Billy think, outside of all that, why would Billy think getting head is equivalent to X amount of dollars?
The bread.
Right. Why would you think that is be equivalent to that?
Has probably gotten some fire head in his life and was like, I'll pay $10,000 for that. I'll pay $10,000 for that. This man knows what a man want. That gotta be worth at least $100K. $10,000 for some head? $150. As the custom agent, I'd have been pissed. Like, for real? I want $150,000. You gonna send me a gay dude? I ain't gay. I'd have been offended. So fast forward. So now it is it's the day before the festival.
Literally 24 hours before the actual people, the first arrivals get there.
One of the dudes, he's like, we got all these tents set up. I don't know how the hell we put it off. He said, we got all the tents set up. We're sitting in the mansion looking at the festival site thinking, we at least got this stuff up. I don't know how we're going to pull this off, but we're at least able to get this off. He said when he finished his sentence, thunder, lightning, and monsoon style rain. No, even though I felt so bad that they went through this, I couldn't help but start laughing because he just paused and said, and then we all just started busting out laughing. Because you got to realize in your heart, you like, this is what are we gonna do? Right. Because now this is the
nature. Most fucked that shit can be fucked.
Right. And he said it's raining. It's apocalypse type rain.
Right. This ain't no chump change rain.
In their head, everyone's gonna be late. We take everything out, get everything dried off. You know, it's the Bahamas. It was a huge rainstorm. flight's going to be late. He said not only were they on time, they were 20 minutes early. At this point, this guy like, gotcha.
What you gonna do?
Now what you gonna do? They said they pulled up and dudes was like, all right, just go grab a tent. They dumped out their stuff and oh man.
Well, no, but before that, there was a guy who was working with the fire crew, and he was able to kind of establish some order. About 600 people had already showed up, and they were kind of assigning people a tent and try to have them describe their luggage when the luggage did show up. This is in the Hulu documentary.
Okay,
have them set up where the tent's going to be. As far as, when the luggage finally does show up, who's luggage belong to who, and Billy, who's been drinking with people who have already shown up.
Who's been there for 6 hours.
Prior, just jump on the table like, you know what? Fuck it. Grab a tent. And it was just mass hysteria after that.
Yeah.
Like,
that probably aided to the clusterfuck that it was.
Absolutely.
What's so bad was it took, once everybody went to sleep that night, or tried to go to sleep that night. That's when they realized shit was bad. One girl, like everybody was drunk and lost and stuff like that. That's when they realized we have to cancel this. This needs to be canceled and right now. So they ended up canceling it. That's when all the real hell breaks loose. Now let's circle back to the unplayed Black Caribbean individual.
Real quick, I'm actually surprised that I'm glad, but no deaths happened because in the Hulu documentary they mentioned about where everybody was now at the news site that there were cliffs high enough with no fence there. Motherfucker could easily fell off and fell hundreds and hundreds of feet down into the water. And when you're putting together a festival, the first thing you gotta do is that needs a fence.
Yeah, we need to have some safety. Yeah,
and you giving out free liquor.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers is tripping.
Yeah, cats is drunk and pissed off. In fact, there was no accidental deaths, no overdoses, no rape, nothing. So they got lucky there. They got a good batch of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they just want to go.
No, I don't even say they got a good batch of people. Shit just wasn't hit the fan yet.
It didn't hit the fan yet.
You got to remember, I think if let's say everything did go right, and you know what I mean, and they still had these cliffs, but everybody came in and did what they're supposed to. It's a chance that maybe that could have happened because order was already established.
Right.
They was still trying to establish order, so
right.
They didn't get a chance to jump off the cliff.
There was no right.
Yeah, they didn't get a chance to.
Sure, somebody jumped off the cliff.
Yeah, they didn't get a chance to.
So
sure, day 2, that was popping.
Now, Billy's homeboy, the man that was going to suck some dick, he's in a very...
What's his name? His name, I forget. Didn't it start with A? Is that Andrew, Andy, something like that?
I can't remember.
I could have swear it starts with A. Either Andrew or Andy, one of the two.
So, first of all, he's already traumatized. Like, I was really about to suck a cousin dude dick for some Avion water. He said he came out to his car.
Ain't even the best water.
It really ain't. Imagine he telling you suck some dick with some Arrowhead.
I do that. Fuck you.
What? I mean, I juggle his balls or something. I could suck his dick. Arrowhead. What the hell? They better off drinking from the beach if that's the case. So he said he walked outside his hotel room and he said it was some big ass like Caribbean dude from the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Like, I need $1 million.
Yeah, I need my
right
money
now.
Yeah.
You're like, right now? I ain't got that just counted out to you. So he said he's heading to...
I can suck your dick.
I can suck your dick, too. I found out that's pretty priceless.
I found out that works.
No, nothing.
Y'all don't use that kind of currency exchange here? So no, he didn't come out of his hotel. He said he came out of the mansion, like the offices, the mansions and whatever. He was heading back to his hotel. He said, I'm heading to my hotel. This man followed me all the way there. So in his head, he's like, I'm about to suck his dick. No, he didn't say that.
You know what? I'm about to suck his dick.
Billy's homeboy probably offering head at every turn. That'd be 36-27. Nah, I ain't got it. I know I do got that. So he said he followed him all the way there. He said after a while, when they realized that the workers realized that there was no money, they started kidnapping motherfuckers. That was a part of it. Billy's homeboy had to sneak out and get snuck to a plane. He said, I left everything there.
The gay man.
The gay dude. He said
he literally breaks down how he had to
Yeah, he said he changed clothes to somebody. He hid for a second.
Flatbed truck.
And he said I left what was on my back. I left. He said I left my laptop, my clothes. Yeah. It was like that to get kidnapped. Because at this point, you owe this company $1 million. Right. You can't suck any kind of dick, at least to my knowledge.
No.
So that was just a quick review for you guys. The Fyre Festival was a tragedy. American Tragedy. But the documentary was one of the greatest comedies you'll ever watch on Netflix. So if you haven't yet, definitely hop on Netflix or hop on your homeboy's Netflix. If he don't give it to you, just suck his dick. Get the password and watch this Fyre documentary because it is exactly that. It is fire.
You know, when you was in high school, did you ever hear like the rumors of like the girl that was considered the hoe? Oh, she sucked dick for a cheeseburger type. Did you ever hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Look how far we've came.
He sucked dick for a cheeseburger. I suck dick for 150,000 bottles.
Dick
of
for
80
water.
That was
Right.
that custom
Of water.
You know, there was somebody in that group. Like, I mean, if it was Fiji, I probably would have.
So wait, if he was willing to do that for water, like if it was something of value in that Customs had, what would he be willing to do?
I just don't understand how you willing to suck dick.
Give up the butt.
I guess so.
I don't see how you willing to suck dick for water and you ain't got paid yet.
Yeah, that's wild.
Based on all of you believe in this man, like nah. But let's not forget, once the whole Fyre Festival, it never blew over. It never blew over. Him and Ja got sued, but Ja slid on out that motherfucker. But
Dude, that was the smartest thing he did.
but while you're being indicted on all these charges, being sued for this insane amount of money, how are you still frauding motherfuckers?
Yeah, I don't get
He
that.
took the same email list of people who went to Fyre Festival,
Basically.
and then hit them up for some bullshit. Like, I'm trying to sell you tickets to the Met Gala. You can't buy tickets to that.
Yeah, you can't.
Somebody had to be smart to email back the one that's invite only.
Like, you can't buy
And I
tickets.
got hella invites.
And then they said that like 15 people paid $100K for whatever.
He made like $150K in like 2 days.
That's how he gets down.
I want to know who
That's
paid.
Soulja Boy numbers.
I want to know who paid his bill.
Millennials.
Yes.
This is one of those moments where you look back like, damn, these niggas is stupid.
Because it's shit like this. Because did you notice that at the end of the documentary, we now have services out there to where you can literally pay $400-500 to do a full photo shoot in a private jet, not go no
Yeah, I
fucking
heard
where.
about that. I heard about that ever since that Bow Wow challenge.
Just for the stunting,
Yeah.
just to stunt.
And another thing too, because I can't even put
Plane
it
don't
on,
take off. It be on the runway. You just.
But you go nowhere.
I can't even put it all on millennials because it was certain motherfuckers our age and higher that was getting conned by the African prince. That was like, hey man, if you send me like 10K, I'm gonna flip that, send you back like 150K.
True.
He was like, what? 10K? Here 20. They never got that back. So yeah, I mean, you know what? What if we find out Billy was that African prince?
It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me. That's how you get down.
He's somebody who
Actually, with that kind of name, it don't. Billy McFarland. You can't tell me that sounds
He
like
up to something.
Billy.
He don't even go by
Come here,
William.
Billy.
He go by Billy. He wants some
Billy
There's a
McFarland.
smiling motherfucker too,
Right.
man. It's like,
That sounds like somebody like you meet a girl from a small town. Yeah, Billy McFarland. He was a popular guy in school. Don't that sound like
His
somebody
friend used to
that's
suck everybody
fucked up?
dick. Then he talked
And
Billy.
he always hung out with this guy. I think this guy was sucking dick.
Right. Billy always had the newest shoes, and he said he would trade them. He said goods for services. Like, what were the services? Meet Andrew, whatever his name was. Damn, we was on that for a minute. Hope you guys enjoyed that laugh. So the next laugh, but at the same time, really valid fucking points made. Soulja Boy,
Drake.
the Tiger. Now, here's the thing. Of course, when he said I had the biggest comeback in 2018, I think everybody was like,
No, you didn't.
with what? What record drop?
Right.
What happened? So I think we bypassed that. I am going to go on record right now that as a millennial performer, this man is the smartest millennial out there.
The smartest, I can't agree with that one, but I will say this. Soulja Boy, while made valid points, extremely valid points, he's going about it in the most weirdest way possible. Like he wants you to believe that he discovered all these people, but yet you had no opportunity to sign these people.
The reason I'm going to say he's the smartest, not saying he's what we said the other day, a smart, dumb motherfucker. He's a smart, dumb motherfucker.
Yes.
The reason I say that is because this man told everybody I had the biggest comeback in 2018. 2 days later, went on multiple tours. Went to Breakfast Club. Went to Hot 97. Went to Everyday Struggle. Somebody brought him out at their concert just to do the Drake and then perform Crank That.
He did Yams Day.
In 2 days. And I think I gotta go back and look at it. In 2 days, 3 or 4 Soulja Boy songs got back on the charts.
Yeah.
That man made his way back into at least temporary relevancy. He accomplished exactly what he was going for. Is he one of them smart, dumb motherfuckers? Absolutely. But he accomplished everything he set out for just now.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, he got it to me. I mean, shit. If the end goal is to get the bag, then he did that. Did he say a lot of lies in the process? Absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
But shit, all of them do. Only thing I didn't like was I didn't really care for like how they went about it on Everyday Struggle. I thought that was real corny. But other than that, I mean, shit, he get into his bag. I can't complain.
I find Everyday Struggle corny as is, but at the same time, Academics was legit asking questions and kind of going about it as we would if Soulja Boy was right here in front of us right now. Because you can't take away Soulja Boy's history. Like, he is definitely the one, not the one, but one of the ones who put YouTube on the map. You know, one of the ones to really, make YouTube what it is. The ringtone raps, the fact that we went from physical copies to now digital copies. Mm-hmm. He ushered in that new thing. And when he said the Icy and Snoop Dogg, none of them, they all kind of played him, said, his music was the death of hip hop. But now that same type of music is now like the it music of today. Mm-hmm. I totally get that. But the way he goes about it, you sound bitter, number one. Number two, you make no fucking sense. Cause don't forget, leading up to this whole new resurgence of Soulja Boy, we still got the Vlad interview. I shot the nigga like boom, bah, fuck, all that right. Shit.
He did admit to like 3 murders.
And it's like, listen to him on Everyday Struggle, listen to him on Breakfast Club. It's like, you want to believe him, but it's like, you lying your ass off. You had to be like this.
With a bunch of things that we knew he was lying about. Absolutely, the nigga was lying about. Absolutely. One of the things that I say that where he was right was the fact, because we've even talked about it on the show before. Mm-hmm. He ushered in the SoundCloud rappers before there was a SoundCloud. He ushered in by selling ringtones. When they realized you could still get a diamond record off of ringtones, everybody wanted a ringtone record. Mm-hmm. That's when that crank and snap shit started. That's when everything started getting super big. Mm-hmm. And he really was like the main proponent for it. And he made another comment on Breakfast Club by saying that he said, I took all that on the chin, so all these other rappers can do that. And I'm like, strong point.
That's why I won't call him bitter. He's definitely bitter because of that, though, for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, okay, but that's why I won't call him bitter because the bitterness is valid. If your whole career or the start of your career, you making this money and you getting all these other bigwigs talking down to you, and now that type of music is at the forefront, and nobody's giving you no type of credit for it. When somebody does speak to you about it, I may not be like, yeah, I did that, but I may feel some kind of way that I was getting talked about, and now that's why I won't call him bitter in that case. No, if he's talking about it like blabbering about it or bringing it up when nobody really bringing it up, then yeah, okay, that you sound bitter. But if somebody's asking you a question and you're giving your honest feelings on that, I can't call you bitter for that.
No. It's also the whole thing about saying he discovered this person and that person, this person.
That goes back to you flat out lying.
Yeah, because he's saying when they ask him, well, how did you quote unquote discover Famous Dex? And it's like, well, I let the nigga come out to LA, he sat on my couch and he met this dude and he signed to him. So because you knew him before we knew him, you didn't discover shit.
True. But I think in that case, he meant if he wasn't that bridge.
He put him in a position to meet people.
Yeah, if he wasn't that bridge, Famous Dex wouldn't be on. I think that's probably what he meant by it. But no, you're absolutely right. Just because you meet him first doesn't mean.
Yeah, because you knew him before the general public knew him doesn't mean you discovered the man.
Right.
And if that was the case, like Soulja Boy was definitely in a position to where he could have been one of those youngest CEOs to really have these hit makers on in your squad, especially when it was time to really start pumping out this type of music that's now popular. Like you knew Migos before we knew Migos. So why do you sign Migos? You never had that CEO mentality to where you could be on, like beyond on. All the money that you've made to this point, you could be double, triple that with the Migos and Rich the Kid and hell, even Famous Dex and Lil Yachty and all these cats before there wasn't even a QC.
You're absolutely right in that case. The only thing is, and I think this is where he falls into an unfortunate circumstance, is time.
Yeah.
I think when all that stuff, when he was popping, everybody saying that he's killing hip hop, they was like, no, we're not going to let you kill hip hop. So they fought that. So nobody was real. I mean, what you had D4L, maybe a couple other groups like that, but all those faded to black. Now we're in the era where it's so many of these new acts making that music. Cats can't fight, whatever they thought they were fighting before. So it was circumstances time. Like unfortunately, he had to do what he did in order for there to be a type of music is now. And he had to take all that on the chin up until that point.
Very true. And also like it's just like you said, he didn't have the business sense to sign these cats. And he even mentioned himself, if they fail, I don't want them to look back and go, oh, Soulja Boy fucked me over.
Right.
Now, do I think he discovered them? Hell no. Do I think somebody brought them to him? Definitely. And I think he put them in a position to be discovered. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or to be, you know what I'm saying?
He was just that bridge.
Exactly. He was just a bridge. So, but the way he was going about it was as if,
he was a bridge. He drove him across.
I'm the one that did this, that. Like, no, you're lying. You're lying your ass off. But one thing I do give him is one, he did take all that flack on the chin, because I know we gave him flack too. Yeah. In those times. And also, if he was able, excuse me, if he was able to discover all these people and do all these things, he's kind of responsible for what hip hop is today. And like for that, fuck you, Soulja Boy.
Yeah, he definitely got a gift and a curse.
It's a gift and a curse, but you look at it and he at least had enough of an eye of talent and a somewhat, because I think he did it on accident, to be honest with you, somewhat of an understanding of where the music industry was going after he came onto the scene and changed the rules.
I don't think he knew what he was doing was going to necessarily change. It was just he happened to pop at a time where we were literally evolving into something else. It was the evolution of the ringtone rap. It was the evolution of YouTube. It was the evolution of, hell, internet in general. You know what I'm saying?
Not only that, he took advantage of the fact that around that time, like, we were just starting to get, like, remnants of the phones we got now.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that before. He couldn't do that. And outside of the music, he couldn't come in like he did in 05, or it came in 05 and do that. We didn't have what we have in 07. You know what I mean? So it was, to me, it was all timing. A lot of it he lying about, but it was all timing.
But the fact that how we even got to know Crank That was he took them old school sites like the Winamax, the Kazaz and all that shit when we were illegally downloading music back in the day. Mm-hmm. And you took those popular songs that everybody knew, you label it them songs, but it'd be Crank That.
That part was genius.
Genius.
Definitely. I mean, it was, if you somebody that's trying to get a particular song, you don't want to hear that shit, then yeah, it's fucked up. But on the business side, it's fucking genius.
Yeah, because you spend about a good 30 seconds like, the fuck is this?
You see, what the fuck?
And if you happen to like the song, if you like keep the song.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
And the AIDS that came with it, because
that fucked your whole computer.
That's the best way to destroy it.
Yeah. I remember being back in high school and when the Crank That shit first dropped, it was like, the audio was real shoddy. Mm-hmm. It just sounded so like we did it in the closet before we went to school that day. And then he had to redo the song to where it was like studio quality. But I remember when Crank That first dropped, everybody had that shit.
I remember shit was everywhere. I remember it was on BET, like in rotation.
Yes.
Every 3 songs that song was on.
And then it finally made the radio, and radio was spinning that shit like big time. So nobody can take away his, and not just Crank That. Soulja Boy has at least 6 legit hit records.
He got 6 or 7 hits. Not for me.
I'm about to say definitely not for us, but
no, he probably
came through the phone.
He got about 6 or 7 hits.
Yo, you got, of course, Crank That, Came Through the Phone, Birdwalk,
Donk,
of course, Donk
is
that Ya song.
Yeah, yep.
He got 2 more. I think he got 2 more.
Turn My Swag On.
Yeah.
Yep.
That Pretty Boy Swag.
Pretty Boy Swag. That shit was huge.
I think that might be it. That might be it.
Right here is my
I'm trying to think. Swag. It has to be something else.
I think that might be it.
Okay.
Outside of the stuff that he produced, like, the little beats. I know after him, it was those other kids that was coming on. We had he had his hand in a lot of their production.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can't take that away. He was eating.
He definitely did his thing.
But the thing is, though, even at present day, he's known more for his bullshit antics than for the music.
Now, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's definitely in that Bow Wow category.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because you can't tell me that there's not a place for Soulja Boy on this B2K tour. Like, there's not a place for a Bow Wow on this B2K tour. Like, this is your era that you really thrived in. You should be on this tour.
Right.
But I feel like Bow Wow and Soulja Boy, I feel like they had some kind of personal issues with somebody that's on the tour for them to not be on it. Because,
Possibly.
like you said,
It's possible.
They're in that pocket. They're in that time pocket.
If Soulja Boy's on a pocket,
in
Bow Wow
pocket.
definitely in that pocket.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. They could have some type of issue.
Yeah, it has to be some kind of personal issue because as we just counted out, Soulja Boy had 7 major records. He just has to do those 7 records, and then his time is done.
I mean, because if we say a song is 3 minutes, we know those songs ain't, but let's say your song's 3 minutes. 3 times 7 is 21. So, I mean, that's your set right there.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and say Tiger, he didn't have the best comeback in 2018. However, Taste was a big record for him. Huge record for him, actually. But if he's about who had the best comeback in 2018, musically, it's Meek Mill all day. Because of what he went through, the prison sentence, the reforms.
Actually,
Meek, and then toward the end of the year, that fourth quarter, when we get that Meek Mill album, and the album is banging. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Soulja Boy have a single song drop in 2018.
Not to my knowledge.
Not a single record.
Right.
He has a song out now that apparently is bubbling, but it's not.
Is it
bubbling? Is it really bubbling? You know what I'm saying? And he keeps saying like, well, he didn't beef for Chris Brown. And nigga, even that was like 2 years ago. So who cares?
That was 2. Was it 2 years ago?
The Chris Brown, like legit 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
You're telling me that your comeback is bigger than everybody else because you beefed on some shit that you started, by the way. And with no music, but yeah, you had the biggest comeback in 2018. You got your little rapper console that looks like the PS Vita, just with hella shit taken off of it. It is like you sold 7 copies, made 120-something thousand, but you're being sued by Nintendo. Or they're trying to sue you.
That's a tough motherfucker want to shoot you.
Right. Now we do know he's lying as far as that. But hypothetically, what if in 2018 Soulja Boy made 10 mil? I'm pretty sure Tyga ain't make 10 mil in 2018. Could we consider he had the biggest comeback then?
No, because we're talking about the music. It ain't no music.
You're right. But you making the music for what? To get the bag.
Right. True.
So if you got the bag, who gives a fuck about the music?
But then
and I'm saying that because you went from, okay, so this is all hypothetical. Soulja Boy was non-existent. 2018, he made 10 mil. To me, I think you had a hell of a comeback opposed to somebody that maybe fell off a little bit, but kind of still have been on.
But then you have to break down what's an actual comeback to you.
Because
that's what I'm asking. Right. What's considered an actual comeback? Are we talking about the music or are we talking about the bag?
I was saying Meek because Meek had to sit down for some bullshit.
He's talking about it just in general of determining what was the biggest comeback.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what is considered the biggest comeback?
Right. To me, I would think
that's what I would think. But if we're going by music, absolutely no. But if you're talking about bag, I don't know. I don't know what you made.
Going off Soulja Boy's his tour of interviews, he was talking about as an artist.
As an artist, no, you're flat out liar. You're a liar.
Because with that being the case, that means you got to introduce people like Chamillionaire. You got to introduce people like Spectacular because they're now multimillionaires from their, I think Chamillionaire has an app and then
some tech shit.
And Spectacular, he does fucking memes.
I didn't know that dude net worth is like 60 million.
It's up there.
Oh yeah,
from this new company he got.
I'm like, he's crazy. Whoa. Damn, a B2K, just 60 bands. I'm good.
He's going on this tour.
I ain't gotta go.
He's going on this tour because he wasn't busy. For the next few months, like shit, I'm gonna try to get out the crib. Try to see what's good. See what's going on out here. I've been in the crib just putting words to pictures for the last 2 years.
But then, Soulja kept saying,
I wonder how many of the memes that he has made that I've seen.
He said he was like, some of your favorite memes came from me. I was like, damn.
Wow. Well, I know what Soulja has said. I've been talking
business. I can make memes.
I've been at the top of everybody's conversation the last 2 days because you've been around these last 2 days. But prior to this, bruh, it was literally the Chris Brown issue. It was the Migos issue, the Yachty issue. Like you're more so known for starting kicking up bullshit with people. Really, that go nowhere.
But when you think about it, that's how majority of these artists are right now. The
Compton issue, all that shit.
Majority of these artists, they start a bunch of shit and then they drop some music. And it's like, oh, this isn't that bad. like that's how 6ix9ine got his entire career. Yachty from saying Biggie was overrated and I don't listen to Pac. Like all that conversation and people heard his music and was like, oh, okay, well this isn't that bad. Like that's just their wave. That's exactly how they get on. And Soulja Boy feel like he started this shit, so I'm gonna come back from making myself a meme.
Right, yeah.
Now, if Big Soulja, you know what I'm saying, get out here and starts dropping
Big Draco,
you know what I'm saying, starts dropping all these, you know what I'm saying, records, and then the records, they bubble, then, you know, what he did worked.
right?
Like, if there's anybody that could really thrive in this current climate of hip hop, it would be Soulja Boy.
When's the last time Soulja Boy had like a record that like popped?
Turn my swag on.
07? Oh, wait.
Right.
Like I mean, like really, like this is a serious question. Like, when the last time like he had a record on the radio?
Was it that fuck Migos, fuck Trevo, so no with the Draco? Remember the diss record to Migos?
I've never heard that.
Yeah, all right, it's really bad. It sounds like it's recorded on his phone.
Wow, I've never heard that.
It's a really bad record. It's a very bad record. But that was when he was beefing with the Migos.
I don't know.
Personally, I think Soulja Boy is living. I feel like he's mentally stuck in his golden years when bro, you was popping out here for sure. But bro, that was 10 years ago. And nowadays like people, when you look at Hov, for example, Hov, he emerges with the times. He don't just stick to that same, drug dealer rap that was popping back in that Brooklyn's Finest rap that was popping back in the day. Hov goes with the time. You feel what I'm saying? Fab go with the time. The Locks sort of go with the time. So for you to be like, well, man, my Birdwalk was popping, all this was popping, bro, that was 10 years ago.
Right.
The motherfuckers who was listening to that shit got kids now.
Right.
Pusha T said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Coke rap. Next year, Coke rap.
But that's different. Pusha T wasn't snapping the pop. He's always been that Coke rap rapper. Yeah. But Soulja Boy is like, for example, I read about this thing, and then funny because academics brought it up during the Everyday Struggle thing about how he wouldn't clear Fortnite to use the Crank That Dance, right? Which is true. Fortnite is worth how many billion at this point?
Fortnite's scamming a lot of people, bro.
Hell of people, right? So yeah, if you were serious about going to get that bag, I'd be like, yo, let's sit down. Let's negotiate. I want a bag if you use my shit. You're so bitter about this and that and that and this. You don't even worry about what's in front of you. You got money staring at you in the face based on what you did 10 years ago. So then you can live in that era to where, 10 years ago I was the hottest nigga and I'm now getting my just due, my residuals from 10 years ago. But you want to like, well, I discovered this nigga, I discovered that nigga. Bro, we don't care. If we don't care about Drake not writing his own lyrics, we for sure don't give a fuck about who you thought you discovered.
To me, Soulja Boy, like, I don't listen to your music. Probably never gonna listen to your music. But if it means you get into the bag, by all means, young man, get to that bag.
Soulja Boy is the GOAT, and you make sure you give that man his proper respect. God damn it.
Hell, I didn't like him when he was snapping and pop. Man, look.
Nah, I couldn't stand him.
Some real quick hits, man, then we get up out of here. I think probably one of the biggest stories is going to drop this year, at least one of them, not the biggest, but one of them. After 30 years, Sony dropped RKelly.
Fuck RKelly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And fuck Sony too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
For letting it rock for so long.
For letting it rock for so long. Once they realized that, let's say this first. The Me Too movement, times are so different now. We're in such a time in our life where everybody is overly sensitive. So the fact it took us to shift to being super overly sensitive to be like, hey, R. Kelly was a piece of shit, wasn't he? And you know what? We should mute R. Kelly. Motherfucker, you 20 years too late.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Now the fact that you are now seeing your pockets being hurt by the shit and realizing that this man has been doing this ill shit for a long time, and you knew he was. But he was still bringing in the bag for y'all. Multiple bags for y'all.
Yeah, I think for Sony, first of all, I think they're capitalizing off of the outrage that R. Kelly has brung upon itself recently. And also, too, the bag ain't like it was 10 years ago.
Because R. Kelly ain't not who he was.
Bag, and so it's easy to say we ain't fucking with R. Kelly now. Y'all don't fuck with R. Kelly, and he ain't giving us none of the shit. We don't fuck with him either.
Me too.
Yeah. It's easy for them to say that. So, no, I don't put no stock in him. It was somebody else. So I think I seen last week they stopped fucking with him too. Like, nah, y'all knew this man was foul. Y'all knew that.
I read something recently where it kind of made me like, damn, because we can't take away the fact that R. Kelly and Hov got 2 albums together, right? We're gonna tour together.
And a tour. Yeah.
Well, the
tour didn't go through.
The tour didn't go through.
The first tour did.
No, the first show went.
The first show went through, and then the tour didn't go through.
Tripping.
Wait, they didn't tour for Best of Both Worlds?
No. They were trying to, but they didn't tour.
Kelly started tripping.
Yeah, Kelly was tripping.
No, I thought he was tripping on Unfinished Business.
No, that was Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah,
Best of Both Worlds was the first one.
It wasn't Finished Business. Best of Both Worlds. It wasn't a full tour.
It wasn't a full tour. It's like they did a couple shows, and then it wasn't working, so they couldn't do like a full tour.
And then Tata makes some blah blah blah. Anyway, but I read this thing where anything that's remotely linked to R. Kelly, even Jay-Z now, somebody who's a legend and world renowned to us, like Hov knew he was doing this foul shit and still decided to work with him. You know what I'm saying?
Money's a motherfucker.
Well, the way I look at that is if we look at who R. Kelly is and how he's been doing shit, I mean, it's 30 years later and we're getting a doc and we're getting a full, not even a full spectrum on what the stuff that he's been doing. Who's to say that you could work with somebody and really not know what goes on like that? You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying Jay-Z needs a pass or anything like that. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate. So if you work with somebody, right? You don't know if the person if John you work with is a fucking mass murderer. You don't know that, and still he start cutting motherfuckers up.
I mean, if he's in the news, then I'm probably not.
Well, then if he's in the news, but we gotta think at that time, this was before that first video.
True, but
he wasn't in the news like that. The only thing we kind of now have to go on,
you're right.
Only thing what was that, but the only thing we really got to go on now is like he had like rooms and shit in his studio. Well, what if he wasn't at his studio? We gotta understand, Jay-Z is Jay-Z. Like
the only thing, because I see what you're saying too. I definitely see what you're saying, and your point is very valid going off of that. So I take that and I look at Dame, because out of everybody,
I do feel like Dame knew something. Yeah, with him, I do feel that way.
Your girl didn't want to talk about it and would constantly tell you, yo, leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? You knew.
Yeah, I do feel like Dame knew. I'm just saying on the artist side.
And video, and he's in a VS video when he did
say, but he did say that Aaliyah told him to ask him to be in that video, and that's why he was in that video. It was some little interview.
You can't tell Aaliyah no.
Yeah, but I do feel what you're saying. Like I do feel like Dame knew. I'm just saying on the artist side, like it's easy to not know.
From Jay's side, because it was before all because when the tape dropped, 01, it was definitely after Aaliyah passed away.
I seen the tape. I seen a piece of the tape my freshman year, and I was a freshman, 03 or 04? So this is around that time.
No. I think it was around.
No, because we were in middle school when the tape dropped, and I was definitely in 8th grade. Like it's like 02.
So yeah, it was 02. Yeah,
okay,
right, 02,
I'm saying I didn't see it until I was a freshman
because the trial happened to like 05.
Yeah, because he delayed it out till she was 18.
Yeah,
right. But come to think about it, yeah, like around that time, you know, it was just the whole R. Kelly, you know, like Aaliyah, you know, and you look at all that shit, and then the fact that Dame let everything I know he didn't want to let it slide, but at the same time, it's like, dog, this is like this dude is notorious for having a relationship with your girl.
Yeah,
I don't want you Rockefeller anything. Anybody that has something to say about it, understand? Like, yeah, I give y'all all of the freedom. I give y'all a lot of wiggle room to do what you want, but understand when I put my foot down, I am still CEO. My foot's going down.
Exactly.
I don't know, man, but I look at Sony dropping R. Kelly, as you just said, you know, basically a little too late. And also, I feel like it was also stupid. I feel like they should have kept him and just shelved him because they already had his new album shelved anyway. So now you drop this man from your label. Now he has free range to just independently eat. Unfortunately, he still has enough of a fan base. He's not about to do millions of records, but he's definitely going to still put some food on his plate.
Well, Sony, they own his masters too. So I think when they own his masters and all that, and with the contents of the actual dropping, I don't think he's even allowed to perform these songs.
I can put every dollar I have in my pocket on the line. R. Kelly has to have some kind of deal to where he gets a piece of his masters. There's no way you have that many timeless records in 30 years. Because it'd make more sense if this was like 1984. And R. Kelly been rocking since the 60s. They was fucking niggas left and right back then. But there's no way he was as big of an artist as he is, as smart of an artist as he is, that he don't got some kind of pieces of his masters.
Well, we don't know that entirely because, let's be real, ever since the whole documentary came out, like, everybody pockets have been affected by this as far as people even remotely associated with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, since the documentary, he can't fucking buy a venue to do a damn show in.
I don't believe that. That's a lie.
You don't think so?
No.
He just did a club.
At that man's birthday party. Yeah, at his birthday party, and women was in the crowd saying, "Take me hostage."
Yeah, no, that was in a club.
That's still a bag.
He sold out Africa.
That's still a bag. If they paid you $150K to do a club right now in the year, $150K.
Right, that is the same $150K you do in a club that you gonna do it in an arena. Trust me, he'll be fine.
I get what you're saying though. It's like I would have kept him shelved. I can see that. I would have
kept him, shelved him. Any tour, not happening.
But even though I do believe that he does have some piece, let's say hypothetically he doesn't have his masters and he can't even perform that, and I can see how it would hurt his pockets.
Well, still, if they own his masters, that means he wasn't getting that anyway. So
I'm with you. I think that he must have had some type of deal or something like that. But on the one-off that he didn't own his masters, then I see Jay's side.
But I'm speaking on the fact that even if he didn't own his masters, if he didn't own his masters, then he wasn't getting that bag anyway. So I could have kept him, shelved him. There'd be no new R. Kelly music that he can get a bag from, and there'd be no old R. Kelly music he can get a bag from because all that is us.
Well, the reason why I say that is because unlike let's say like a Chris Brown who now owns all of his masters now, right? Mm-hmm. Prior to that, Chris Brown was getting paid off endorsements like the double mint gum shit before he got in trouble, and like a lot of these artists do. Like Cardi B about to be the first, not the first, but this comes Super Bowl, she's the face for the Pepsi campaign. Like Beyonce, Michael Jackson, they've all done. We've never seen R. Kelly do any big time advertisement spots for anybody. So he has the music to really eat off of. So off that, I would say
we haven't.
We really haven't.
I would say he probably doesn't own his masters because of that. But then at the same time, Sony's been knowing about this shit. What if
R. Kelly did like a Toys R Us commercial that we don't know about?
Like, you got your fucking nerve.
That is right up his alley. You want to ride on my spaceship? Buzz Lightyear spaceship.
Ooh, but with that same thing in mind, if Sony knew all of this, what if they got some deal in place like, we gonna let you rock, do what you want to do, but this master shit is ours. Like, what if, you know what I mean? Like, what if
that's it? That's how I feel about it. Like they made sure as long as the music was coming out and the money was rolling in, R. Kelly would be straight.
That's definitely a deal that a nigga can't read would take. I can tell you that. That's definitely a deal that
protect your little girl just you can't get no money.
But now
well, that's all right with me. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
But now that the shit has hit the fan now, and they're like, listen, we got motherfuckers outside of the label boycotting. Like, listen, mute this motherfucker. Da, da, da. So it wouldn't shock me now if R. Kelly owns none of his masters, but Sony now feels like, bro, you are now officially hurting us. So therefore, we gotta let you go.
Sony can't take too much bad news, man. They let North Korea hack them. It was like, nah, man, you gotta go.
The Michael Jackson documentary is right behind coming up.
That's a piece of shit.
And that's also a Sony thing too. So it's like
Sony a piece of shit for that too.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you.
Sony, that's not a doc I'm gonna be watching.
They say they know how they gonna get their bread.
Like you said, if a motherfucker can't read, that's the deal he would.
Like I said, that's definitely a nigga that can't read type deal. So what you're saying is I can have sex with anybody if I let you get
that's all he heard.
You get all the royalties to bump and grind. Anybody I want.
And you'll pay for the studio too? I'm like, yeah.
Milton, get in them, get the pen.
Now, listen, like I said, as long as, ear hustlers, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen R. Kelly promote a damn thing except for his own music. Like,
I don't.
He never did no Sprite commercial. He never did no SpaghettiOs, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's when it comes to R. Kelly, it's been the music and that's it. So,
but that's why I think there's no way he don't own a piece, if not all of his masters.
Yeah,
because there's no other bag.
I see it on both sides. Because it's like, can have that deal in place. Sony, I see your side, but then I see it too. Like, Kels, you ain't had no other endorsements. All you got is this music. So you would think you would want to keep that type of bag. I see both sides. Right. I really do.
I mean, think about it. No Sprite, no Chevy commercial, no nothing.
Even Tyrese had Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, and you would think in the 30 years this man has been
shit, he didn't no promotions. You seen R. Kelly in a movie before?
Never. Ever. He's done playing movie soundtracks.
No. I'm not talking about music. I'm talking about an actual movie. Have you ever seen R. Kelly do a fucking movie?
You never see R. Kelly being linked to any other body in the industry. It's been R. Kelly and children. That's it.
They all knew that shit then.
Everybody knew that shit. Everybody's guilty.
Everybody knew that shit.
Anger that just took over Kev's face.
There's no way this nigga ain't had no endorsements. no movies, nothing. Now we see this and we're not in that industry.
Right.
So I have to assume that the people that are in the industry, they see this too. Like, you know what, RKelly ain't, you know what I mean? This year 20, I ain't seen him do not a single SpaghettiO Pepsi ad, nothing.
He ain't voiced no cartoon,
Right,
nothing.
I ain't seen him do nothing. Like, come on, some fishy about
he
that.
wasn't none of the singers in Shrek. Nigga
Right.
wasn't no Happy Feet. None of that.
Even a hood movie, Black Gangster, bruh, outside of the
But
music,
this
he
is
never
one
done
thing
shit.
I just remember that we overlooked too. He writes a lot of songs for people.
That's true.
He does.
He writes a lot of.
They want to
music
work with
for
R.
people.
Kelly, but I don't want to be seen with you. Just give me the
Or
give me the record.
I won't say. Well, I know he probably still does now, but he has wrote a lot of songs for people.
But
It's
even
one of my favorite songs. That clubbing, that Mark Hughes clubbing. That's my shit. I just listen to Joe Budden's verse because I can't listen to the rest of the song no more. But that's my shit.
It was a teen club. It was
I hope
cute.
not.
It was what was that?
Ancient
Ice House.
Pipe
Not Ice House. What was the teen club out here?
Frozen
It
75.
was Frozen 75. That's where clubbing was at.
I never been there.
Ancient Pipe.
You a creep. If you can tell people you gonna be the Pied Piper before a song, your intro is I'm gonna take your kid. You a creep.
With these melodies.
Right. You a creep.
I mean, dude, for me, I was like you. The other day, I've already said I refuse to listen to anything R. Kelly. Period.
Yeah,
but then when you really, truly dive in, and this motherfucker's fingers on a lot of my favorite shit.
Yes.
Like Casey and JoJo Life, he wrote that whole fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
Him and Wyclef. Maxwell Fortunate, an amazing record. He wrote that.
About kids.
About kids.
I feel like all his records could somehow circle around. Back to kids.
When you listen to his actual music, and I guess it must have took from like documentaries and shit to come out, because when you listen to his music, you be like, he been telling us this whole fucking time who he is,
Bruh.
and we just let it slide.
When I tell you I didn't break down, but I was like, I'm hurt internally when they said You Are Not Alone wasn't even about Michael Jackson's struggle. It's about R. Kelly with his young baby mama getting, I'm like, no!
That's what I'm saying, man. Every song is about sex. I Believe I Can Fly. It was high sex with a kid. He felt like he could fly. What was Step in the Name of Love? Stepping with children. Happy people. Happy I had sex with a kid. Like so it all comes back around
He was
to children.
telling us the entire time, and we were just like, you know what, this is a hit.
But the thing was, he kind of just sat back and just watched it as everything unfolded because during the trial time, it was happy people, you saved me, and I'm love letter.
I said that on the show too.
The minute you found not guilty, new album, Black
Panties. Listen up.
Black draws coming.
It's all sex. Oh man, well, that's an episode. We appreciate Jay Alonzo coming through. Let people know where they can find you.
You can find me on all the social media simply at I am Jay Alonzo, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Shout out to my boy Danger David Neff. Back to classes every Thursday on beatnetwork.com, and of course the big three.
Beat Network Online.
Sorry, beatnetworkonline.com. Sorry.
Before we do that, I have a question. Cause I want to see if I'm looking at this the wrong way.
Okay.
So on my Instagram a few days ago, like, you know, I've been looking for casting calls, stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. No, I'm not talking about nothing big. I'm not looking for the next fucking Tom Cruise movie or anything like that. Just general, regular. It can be a student film, you know, just casting calls, right? Mm-hmm. So lately, I've been getting like follows from people that seem like they're within the industry. Mm-hmm. And at first it was a little odd because I'm like, I ain't putting nothing up really to, you know, I ain't had no hashtags, nothing, whatever the case is. But was it yesterday? If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday. This guy, he follows me, whatever the case is, right? I don't know this guy. I looked at his page, seen, he looks like he's a film director, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? His stuff looks legit, cool, fine, whatever. Mind you, he follows me, let's say he follows me now. 5 minutes later, he hits me up on one of my posts, the same post I put just looking for casting calls. And this quote, genuine question. Why should you be casted? You need at least 1,000 hours of acting before you should be casted. Do you have 1,000 hours worth of acting or whatever the case was? Now, mind you, 10 minutes before he followed me, this guy didn't know I existed. I didn't know he existed. Okay. So when he did that, I kind of took it the wrong way. Well, I felt some kind of way because I was
sucking your dick
because I was like, number one, you don't know me, right? You don't know me. Number two, you just follow me. This is the first thing that you put when you follow. It wasn't like you liked the picture, liked a couple pictures. A week or so went by, and then you decided to say something. Like, there's no rapport built, no social media rapport built or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So I messaged him back like, well, Number one, I don't have 1,000 hours worth of acting, but I do have very close to that amount. Mm-hmm. If not close to that amount, I know I have over half of that amount. Number two, I'm not looking for like no major movie. I'm just trying to network with people that does the same shit that I do.
Number three, who the fuck?
I wanted to do that. I wanted to be like, yo, number three, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know you. Don't know me. How the fuck you just, I wanted to go in. But the reason I didn't, was because I was like, you know what? If this dude is like well connected, I don't want to burn a bridge like that. So I didn't do that, right? I just left it at that, thinking that he would reply or something like that. To this day, no response anything like that, right? But I clicked on dude, Google his name, whatever the case is. Now, granted, he has put out like a lot of different movies. All these movies are movies that nobody has heard of before.
Of course.
Earl Williams, the shit.
No, I think his name was like Chris. I want to say Christian, but it's not Christian. Mm-hmm. It looks like Christian, but the words are spelled really odd. It's a foreign name. It's a foreign name, but last name is Andrews. Chris Than or something. Some shit weird.
Christian?
I don't know. It was weird as fuck.
Chrysanthemum?
No, it's not that. I'll show you afterwards. It was weird as fuck. But I felt some kind of way because I'm like, dude, you don't know me. And I felt some kind of way not because of what you said, because I get that. You know what I mean? If that's a requirement, cool, fine, whatever. But you don't know me, number one. Number two, I didn't say I was looking for the next Martin Scorsese movie. Nigga, I'm just trying to find a student film or something. I'm trying to find somebody that may like shit as much as I do. Like,
I mean, it's the trip that you said, do you have $1,000? Because like $1,000 for acting is like, well, what classifies my $1,000?
And that's what I was going. I was like, so what classifies $1,000?
In the
like
mirror,
schooling,
in the class,
like
in the movie, in the
like
commercial.
What classifies 1,000 hours worth of acting? And then on top of that, I'm pretty sure it's the people that just get started out don't have 1,000 hours worth of fucking acting.
Don't have 8 hour, but they just got on.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to ask you guys, like, am I wrong for feeling some kind of way about that?
No, because you know why? Because even my story coming from LA and all that. It was just, you have certain directors out there, and I'm not shitting on directors who are serious about their craft and really want to put the, cast properly for their projects, but you always got them snob motherfuckers who kind of feel like no matter what you do, when you put your best foot forward, you still not good enough. You too tall. You're too short. You're too dark. You're too light. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but I've never heard somebody say you need 1,000 hours of acting.
Yeah, I've never heard
Specify that. Class.
Exactly.
On
what
film.
What are you talking about?
On stage.
What are you talking? Because I can run down you the credentials and the people that can vouch for these credentials. What do you mean? Like, I really didn't.
Kev.
When I do get to the position that I want to be in, if I ever come around Chris Than, whatever the fuck Andrews, I might give him a piece of my mind then. But hey, yo, you remember when you said this shit? Hey, fuck you. That's just how I am.
I mean that.
You're right. That
Come
was just,
suck the dick whatever y'all want to be.
He's like, you flew all this way to tell me?
Yes, I did.
You're right.
What else there to do in North Dakota?
That was just my tangent, though. I just had that.
I mean, I feel you. To me, when cats, when they jump up like that, it's like, okay, I understand that you're just you're either trying to be a helping hand or you're trying to be an asshole. I feel like it's too wide of a spectrum.
Right. If he was trying to be helping, he was like, you know what? Normally, you need 1,000 worth of acting. What can we, like, what do you got? That type of thing. By all means, cool. But just to jump out the gate and be like, you need X, Y, and Z. First of all, you led telling me what I needed and then proceeded to ask me if I had it.
See, I would have jumped right back in his DMs. First of all.
And this is the thing. It wasn't even in my DMs. This was like, right, you can go to this now. Yeah.
Like, first of all, nobody saw The Street Lamp. I understand that was your biggest movie, but nobody saw The Street Lamp, for one.
What the fuck
Two,
is The Street Lamp? Exactly.
Starring Christian Matthews, whatever the hell his name is.
I've counted between 2015 and 2014, and he did put out like a lot of movies. I will say that. I will say there's at least 10 between those 2 years.
And that 299
and that, I have never heard of not a single one. I've never seen a mention. This goes to show at the end of the day, he's still putting out projects, so I'm not shitting on that. But don't try to jump in my face about some shit when I can probably do your job better than you.
You're getting into The Street Lamp, I'm telling you.
Kev, we got to do some writing so we can let Christian Andrews.
Yeah, I'll show you afterwards.
All right, cool.
Because at first I typed in Chris and Andrews, nothing popped up, and I was like, see, here go this shit. And I looked and seen that his name was a little bit different. I don't know. It's
But that's like, us in the podcast game, and you post something, and the one comment like, y'all should do this from Fred the Hammer, whatever the fuck, and he got like 8 followers. Like, bro, who are you?
It's not even that. I don't even care. It's not even that. The thing that got me at first was, my nigga, you just followed me.
Right. You
didn't even like the post that you commented on. You just commented, and that was it.
And it's kind of weird though.
That's not like, that don't make sense to me. You don't know me from Adam. What are you doing?
Everybody got an opinion on social media.
I guess so.
Letting people know again where they can find Jake. We had another 15-minute conversation.
Sorry, I had to get that off.
Let's do it again. You can find me on the social
I had to get
media.
that off.
Simply at I am Jay Alonzo. That's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Once again, shouts to my boy, David Neff. Back to classes every Thursday on the Big Three. And of course, beatnetworkonline.com. Thank y'all for having me on, fellas. Appreciate you.
Kavito.
_Hollywood Kev on Twitter. _Hollywood Kev _ on Instagram. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Wow, the underscores.
Because I didn't realize how many people got similar names. I mean, it's really only one me, but
There's only one Hollywood guy.
yeah, but other people got that name. So I should be an asshole and like trademark it or something, so everybody can't use it.
I'd say go for it. I just found this funny ass meme. Somebody says, "Who does Rihanna make music for?" Dude said, "Rihanna makes music for girls that text you, I miss you, then ignore you all day." Spot on.
Yeah.
At Big Los IG on IG, of course, Big Los 89 on the Snapchat. You can follow the Noize Podcast at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. It's been a good episode. It's been a long one at that, so yay editing. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. As always, Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
Real quick. Christian.
You just ignored the same
Andrews. I know.
I took real offense.
I'm sorry, but Christian.
Relax.
No, but my man's just like offending my man's. You know what I'm saying? So Christian Andrews, fuck off, my nigga. Anyway.
As always,
I'm sorry.
as always, we appreciate you guys. And I'm pretty sure us is like the fuck.
Thought we was good.
Anyway, as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. As always, Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.